Hello everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Brutal Foods. Today I feel kind of like garbage, I look kind of like garbage, so it's a perfect day to review some garbage frozen food, am I right? I was at my grocery store the other day browsing for some new video topics when I noticed that they actually had an organic section in the frozen aisle. That was intriguing to me. For some reason, organic food and frozen food didn't seem to be something that went together to me, but I guess they do. Now that alone was not enough to retain my interest. There was a certain brand of organic foods that really jumped out to me, and I decided I just had to try them. So today we're gonna be taking a look at 3 different items from a brand of frozen foods known as Carla Lee's Nut. Now I know you're probably thinking that I was just drawn to this line of frozen foods just because the name Nut is funny, and that's accurate. That's accurate. So I got burgers here. We also have mini tacos and meatballs. It's gonna be a pretty exciting day. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get started. First up is Carla Lee's Nut Burgers. They're organic, gluten soy-free, non-GMO, vegan, MSG-free, no fillers, 9G of protein per serving, and preservative-free. I'll be honest, that doesn't mean much to me. I know I talked about organic food on the Lunchables video, I think, but I don't really know what that entails. I don't really know if it's more helpful for you. It's got a lot of check marks. It's got a lot of logos down here, so, you know, I'm inclined to believe that it's better for you, but also I have no idea. Protect your health, loaded with macronutrients. Love from the source, Mother Nature. Vegans, little ones, and carnivores alike are going nuts for organic, original nut burgers. I guess that right there is Carla Lee. She looks trustworthy. All right, let's see what we got here. How do I open this? Oh boy. Well, we already right off the bat, we've got a bit of a problem. This was my mistake. For some reason, I thought the burger would come, I thought it was one burger with all the stuff on it. But it clearly says there's 4 patties. So I'm gonna have to improvise a bit when it comes to eating this. Oh boy. Oh boy. They definitely look weird. They're weird, they're like yellowy green, a very strange color. What is in here? So this is made of brown rice, carrot juice, sunflower seeds, cashews, coconut aminos, sunflower oil, spices, and sea salt. Not exactly what I expected. It definitely had a different color on the box, but maybe you can get that color if you, when you cook it. Let's find out. All right, my skillet is preheated. Let's get nutty. Oh my God, the color is so weird, it's so green. While this is cooking, take a moment to, you know, take a guess. How do you think this is gonna be? Do you think I'm gonna like it? Do you think I'm not gonna like it? Vote now. While that's cooking, let's look around here, see what I could put on a burger. Well, I've got some greens I can use, and I've also got some cheese. So that'll be fine. Okay. I mean, it's definitely got some color on it, but the middle is still very green. The middle is freaking me out. It doesn't smell bad though. I mean, the smell is maybe not like I would expect a burger to be, but it's not really a burger, so. All right, let's take it off. here. Take a little gander. Looks a little weird. Smells a little, you know what it smells like? It smells like BO now. It just smells like I stink. Maybe I do stink. Since I did not buy hamburger fixings, I am going to be using Sara Lee Artisanal bread as my bun. That looks okay. Do you think it's like overkill to put greens on top of a green burger? Is that too much greens? A little bit of Tillamook extra sharp cheddar. That's good enough. So there we have it, our Carla Lee nut burger on a bread bun-ish bun with some greens and cheese. I have a feeling it might need like some mayo or something. It seems like it might be a little dry, but let's give it a try. What is in here again? Brown rice. Oil. Well, I'm surprised it doesn't have any beans. It kind of tastes like beans, like a bean burger. It really tastes beany to me. Like Mexican style, like refried beans kind of beans. Even though there's no beans in it, and it definitely has like a hit of spice in there. Like when it hits the back of your throat. It doesn't need mayo or anything. Surprisingly, it's actually not that bad. It's not bad.
It is not bad.
I mean, it's not a hamburger. You couldn't substitute this for a hamburger and be like, oh, it totally tastes just like real meat. No one would buy that. But if you didn't want to eat meat and everyone else was eating hamburgers, you could eat this. You could put it on a bun. You could sit down and, you know, sit around with your hamburger buddies and be like, I'm having a nut. I'm having a nut burger. I am legitimately impressed. You know, came into this thinking, it's a funny name. It's an imitation burger. This will be hilarious. But this came with 4 patties. I'm gonna eat the other 3. It's not bad. Now, when it comes to other customers' reviews of Carla Lee's nut brand, there's not a lot out there. Though the reviews that have been posted have been pretty positive. Unfortunately, they're not super interesting, and not all products I was able to find a review for. So instead, I'm gonna be reading reviews for Flex Zion's double folding chair with removable umbrella, table, cooler, bag, fold up, steel construction, dual seat for patio, bench, lawn, picnic, fishing, camping, garden, and carrying bag. Why? I don't know. Louis Mangun gave it 1 star and says, just opened the package today, to go, and out the chair was damaged. So, on to the next food. Next up, I'm going to be trying Carla Lee's Nut Tacos. Much like the burgers, this box boasts a bunch of stuff. It contains 8, I guess, super mini NUTTACOS. NUTTACO? My expectations are raised after that burger. Expectations higher up. Expectations. And in a, just a pretty great coincidence, I happen to have some Trader Joe's mini beef tacos on hand. So's with Joe's, we can compare-os the tacos. I'm gonna be making a little bit of both. I'm going to be eating a little bit of both, and then I will decide which of the two are better. It'll probably be this one, but you know, nut tacos, man, maybe they will surprise us. All right, let's, I need like a pan. Oh boy. Okay, let's see what these things look like. Oh man, these are big. They smell pretty good actually. I'm already kind of surprised. They look weird. Strangely enough, the filling of the taco looks more burgery than the burger looked. It looks more brown. What's in here? So the ingredients are the same, right? But let's go ahead and get some Joe's tacos. You can see right away that there is a pretty big difference between the two. Size-wise, the nut tacos are much bigger than the Joe tacos. But the Joe tacos look a bit more like a real taco. I guess it's just the lines on the shell. I don't know. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna snack more on this burger, man. I'm not kidding, it's actually pretty good. So here we go, Joe's versus NUTTACOS. Right off the bat, from a visual perspective, the nut tacos look better. They got more filling, they're bigger, they just look like a taco. They both look like tacos. I will say, when I took the Joe's tacos out, they smell very taco-y. When I took these tacos out, they kind of stunk a little bit. They kind of smelled. But in their defense, so did the nut burgers, and I liked the nut burgers. So, you know, smelling bad is not necessarily the end of the world. I already know I like these. Trader Joe's mini beef tacos are A-OK. Let's actually take a closer look at the filling here real quick. The filling, you know, looks pretty taco-y to me. I think if you handed this to me, I would think that something was up. You know, it's got some weird chunks in there. It looks a little strange, but it could look worse. Still very hot. It's very similar to the burger. Very similar. I'm pretty sure when I was eating the burger, I made a remark about it tasting kind of like Mexican-style beans, and that's the same here, only now it's more appropriate because it's a taco. It's just wild to me that it's not terrible. Let's go back to the Joe's real quick. So the winner is Trader Joe's. That's not surprising to me. I already know I like these. I knew what to expect, and it's got beef in it. It's got real beef in it. But Carla Lee's nut is not that far behind. I mean, it's really not that bad. I know I keep saying the same thing, but I'm legitimately shocked that it's as not bad as it is. Very not bad. Extremely not bad. Let's see what the reviews say. For children's size, not adults. The sidebars will stick into your legs. Noon over 200 lbs can sit on this. This person gave it 3 stars just for slow shipping. You can't give a product 3 stars just for slow shipping. All right, we got one more food to review today. And of course, I have saved the best for last because we are taking a look at Carla Lee's NUTBALLS. I gotta say, I was planning on this being a big comedic moment for the video, but now that I've eaten the other two and been pretty impressed, I don't know, NUTBALLS doesn't seem as funny as I thought it did a little while ago. It still seems funny, just not as funny. What do you want to bet that they are made out of the exact same thing? Let's see here. So the base is the same. The meat is the same, but they do add other stuff to make it more meatball-y. I'll probably put this on bread too. I'll probably make a little meatball sandwich. I can't get over the color. You know, it was weird with the burger. Not so weird with the tacos, but they're weird again with the meatballs. I'm kind of filling up. I've been eating all this stuff and a lot more than I thought I would. So I'm just gonna make like 4 of these little things. Ow. So there's the meatball. Once again, very green, a little bit yellow, greeny yellow going on. But they smell a little bit different. They smell a little bit, it's gotta be the basil and all that stuff. I got nothing else to say. Let's put them in a pan. My old nutballs. I like getting in there and getting some of the middle bread. So cooking these was kind of interesting. They seemed very easy to burn. You're supposed to brown them on all sides, but it was very easy to burn them. Also, I kind of destroyed it. You can see some of the meatballs are a little smushed. Sorry, nut balls. Some of the nut balls are squished. But let's take a bite. I do not know about these. Maybe if I eat one without the bread? Pass. The texture on these are weird. They're like really mushy, too mushy. And I guess I don't know if that's any different from the tacos or the burger. I didn't notice in those, but maybe it's because I didn't.
Hello.
Maybe it's because I didn't expect the meatballs to be so mushy. Meatballs aren't supposed to be this mushy. A little mushy, sure, but it's almost liquidy in the center. They also kind of got more like chunks in it, more nut chunks. And again, that could be because of the spherical shape. Maybe that's it. Maybe with the burger, it's a bit thinner. And the tacos were a bit smooshed outer, but these meatballs, man, are not doing it for me. Maybe just for me, there's no substitute for a real meatball. I mean, I would eat the banquet meatballs over these meatballs. No go on the NUTBALLS. No NUTBALLS.
NUTBALLS.
They do taste a little different. I mean, you can taste like the basil, and you know, they obviously tried to make it taste a little bit different from the burger. It just doesn't work as well. Nah. I'd probably have to agree with Frederick Bartheny Sr. When he says, "I always sit on the right side of the chair, and a friend came by and sat on the left side, and the handle broke off, so the chair is no good. I only had it 1 month." What an interesting episode of these frozen food reviews. It may not have been the most exciting, but I hope this was interesting to you. Just the idea of organic frozen food was pretty new to me and kind of fascinating. And you know, you gotta give, what's her name? Nut? You gotta give Mrs. Nut some credit. Oh wait, Carla Lee. Her name is Carla Lee. You gotta give Carla Lee some credit, because when you read through the ingredients on these, I mean, compare it to the previous episode where I read through the ingredients. There's a bunch of stuff that I didn't even know what it was. And although these are no, direct substitutes for the food they're trying to be, some of them aren't that bad. I could see myself buying the burgers again. We'll have to see if I eat these other three, how I'm feeling. I guess I could see myself maybe wearing down on the taste by burger 4. But I mean, it was a quick, easy meal. Overall, I'd probably give the NUTBALLS, maybe 21 nuts. I'd give the nut tacos, maybe 37 nuts. And I'd give the nut burgers 48 nuts. So on Ian's scale of nuts,
that's a lot of nuts!
Also, if you are interested in buying sporting event or lawn furniture, just know that this set here is made for children. It runs a little small. Also, read the reviews. They seemed very mixed. I don't know why I read lawn chair. I was just like, I got no reviews for this. I should read reviews about lawn furniture. That makes sense. So if you go out and eat some NUTBALLS or some nut burgers, let me know what you thought. Again, don't expect it to taste like a hamburger, because it's a nut burger. But, I still think it was pretty good. And as always, thank you so much for watching. It really does mean a lot to me, and I'll see you guys next time.